All right, so now that we have our piece of paper, we have a pencil and a ruler, we want to divide our paper up into a square that has the same height and the same width, and then we want to determine our lines of symmetry. So I'm going to show you how we can accomplish this so we can set up our composition to be symmetrical. So with your blank sheet of paper, you will notice that the width of our paper is 8.5 if we measure from the 0 to the other side of our paper. So we want to make the top to the bottom also 8.5 to match the width. So we want to make the length going vertically the same. So I'm going to line up my ruler from the top of my paper. If my paper is vertical, I just like to turn it to the side so I can see better. So it would look like this. You want to have your paper be vertical, so it should be longer top to bottom, and this is horizontal. So I'm going to orient my paper vertically. I'm going to line up my ruler so that it matches at the 0 at the top of my page, and I'm going to find where it says 8, and then I'm going to move it up so you can see. And then once I get to the 8, I want to find the half. So I'm going to find the 9, find the 8, and in between it, the longest line in the middle, that is the halfway point. So that is 8.5, 8.5. And then I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to draw a line across my paper. And I don't like the way that this is raised, so I'm going to turn it this way. Make sure you hold your ruler down. So when you're drawing your line, you should see your fingernails turn a lighter color, so you're having enough pressure so your ruler doesn't move on you, and then push your pencil up against the edge to draw your line. And now we have where we are going to be making our symmetrical art project. So this is our full composition, this square right here. This paper you can think of as extra. You could cut it if you wanted to, but for right now, I would say leave it on your whole page, and it can be like a working space where you could test out materials or colors and experiment before you apply color to your final project. All right, so now we want to determine the lines of symmetry. So we are going to find the halfway point between our length and our vertical height, or our width and our height. So this was 8.5, so half of that is 4.25, 4.25. So I'm going to take my ruler and put the edge up against the paper. So 0 matches where the paper is, make sure it's right on top. I'm going to go to my 4. Apologize about the shine. I'm going to go to the 4, and again, I'm just going to make sure I am finding the 5, so I'm going to be working between the 4 and the 5. And we know that the middle line is 4.5. There we go. This is 4.5. And on your ruler, you should see another line that's not quite as long as your halfway point between the 4 and the 5, but it's a little bit longer than the marks next to it, and this is the quarter. So this is 4.25. So I'm going to make a mark right here. And I'm going to do the same thing from top to the end line that we made. Make sure it's lined up. Find the 4. Get to the quarter. Make a mark. And so when we make a straight line on these lines, they're going to intersect to give us the center point and divide our paper up to have 4 quadrants right now. So I'm going to take my ruler, try to make it straight, make a line all the way across, do the same for this line, and there we have our 4 quadrants. And now, if we are doing a composition that is exploring radial symmetry, we are going to make a diagonal line that goes from the point to the corner of our paper. We just want to try to make each section as equal as possible I know it's not going to be absolutely perfect with our situation and our materials, but this is going to give us the most similar experience to having our paper pre-cut for us that we're working in. And there you go.